me cry.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow. Oh my God. You're like a princess.
Everybody's jaws are going to be on the floor. Stand up. I'm okay.
Wow. Absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
See what we created? Oh my God. So beautiful. Don't cry.
I already did upstairs.
Don't cry.
Look at the back. Look, it's so pretty. You look so good. Sexy.
So happy. Don't cry, don't cry. Don't cry.
Okay, all right.
How lucky are we to be able to gather on this rather gloomy day to bring so much joy and sunshine into the world. This is like a blessing in 100 different ways. And one of the things that this bride and this groom have decided to do, include in their wedding, is to sign this document. It is called a Ketubah. Ketubah is a traditional Jewish marriage contract. It essentially says this bride and this groom promise to each other that they will best live their lives in harmony, in communication, in growing together every day. And having met and spoken to the bride and groom several times, I would say it is likely that they will be able to fulfill all of these incredible promises they make to each other. I'm going to read this out loud during the ceremony, but I just think when you hear the conditions they are signing on to, you will say, well, this is just kind of how they've always been together. And that is a blessing. So I'm going to put this down in front of you. I want you to look at it first. Is this the same document that you planned for?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Next, in order for this ketubah to be kosher, as they say, there needs to be 2 signatures. Those 2 signatures make it real, because until it is signed and witnessed, it's potential. But we're not just talking potential in this moment, we're talking about a significant moment of bringing together 2 human beings and their families. And so, Allie, who did you ask to be your witness?
Jody Flashner and Jamie Cook.
Okay, so Jody, would you please step forward? Over here. That's not a carpet, be careful. All right, would you tell us, please, why you chose Jody Flasher to be one of your signatories?
I've known her most of my life, and she's a very important friend to my parents. My dad grew up with her on Andrew Street. She's just a special human being.
Got it. Well, we're very lucky. Happen to know the woman. She is a special human being. If you will stand right over here on this side of the table. Good. And this would be Jamie Grossman. Jimmy, would you please stand up? And would you tell us, please, why you chose this human being?
She's always been there for us, and she's a great, great friend to us.
My mom's best friends.
Michelle and Roger. Yeah. And ever since I first met her, it was like she was part of the family as well. So we just really felt as though we wanted her to be.
So another example of deep roots.
Yes.
Got it. If you would, Jimmy, if you kind of go around to the other side, stand by Eric. Okay, what I'm going to ask you to do is carefully push the dress back so you can look at the Ketubah. And then if the two of you, along with the two of you, would please review the text. Hebrew or English is fine with me. Just read it to yourselves and let me know that you're willing to sign this document. All right. A lot of shaking heads.
I had a few edits, but I think we're gonna let it go.
You're always going to look at the fine print. You would know that in your business. So I'm going to say first then, if you would pick up this pen, and if you would open it and sign where it says bride.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is the real thing.
Allison Kaufman, right?
Yep, that's your name. Unless, I don't know.
The moment.
If you'll hand the pen to your fiancé, well, now your groom-to-be, you'll sign where it says groom.
Right.
What a deal. Has he always had such nice handwriting? Has he always had such nice handwriting? Very nice handwriting. All right, and now would you hand the pen to Jamie, where it says witness?
Really?
And if you'll hand, to Jody. Jody, if you'll please sign where it says witness. And I am so honored. There's a spot for me to sign as well, and that means a lot to me. So thank you for that honor. Well, this Ketubah has been duly witnessed and signed. And the next step is for you to please stand up. And I am now going to take this Ketubah. I'm going to hand it to you. I'm going to say, from my hands to your hands. You'll take it from me. You'll lift it up towards the heavens as a sign of ownership from medieval times. And you will say, from your hands to our hands. Got it? Okay, here we go. From my hands to your hands. And you say?
From your hands to my hands.
It's yours. Mazel tov, mazel tov.
Bring it down.
Bring it on down. Handy for the rain, but here we go. Okay. And now, as you're looking at each other, good. At each other, good. I'm going to remind you of a famous Bible story. And Eric, this is a story that grooms at Jewish and Jewish-style weddings hears, okay? The story is that Jacob sees Rachel at the well. He falls madly in love with her, madly in love. And he asks to marry her, like immediately. It's love at first sight. Something fairly close to your story. And when he goes to meet the father of Rachel, he says, well, I've got good news and bad news. The good news is, yes, you can marry her. The bad news is you have to work for me for 7 years. After you work with me for 7 years, then you may have the hand of my daughter. So he works for 7 hard years, working with sheep, shepherding. It ain't an easy job, but he does it. The night of the wedding, there's clearly a big feast, and the groom parties with his homies, and he goes into his tent, the wedding tent. He wakes up in the morning, he rolls over, he looks on the pillow, and there, in fact, is not Rachel, but her older sister, Leah. Oops. So when he goes, what happened here? Laban, Rachel's father, says, oh, I forgot to tell you, it's a custom in our community that the older daughter marries first. Not in ours, but in his. So he says he has to work another 7 years for the bride. So now we want to obviate any issue. So I want you to look at the woman in front of you. Is this the bride you intend to marry today?
Yes.
Okay, and Allie, looking at this
That's
guy
a relief.
looking at this guy in front of you, because we're an egalitarian group here. I want you to look at him very carefully. Is this the man you intend to marry today?
1,000,000% yes.
1,000,000%. I like that. You can have one more kiss. And now not until after the ceremony. So you are now officially done with the first critical step of your wedding. So you can relax. And we have, by my watch, another 38 minutes to chill. And I think the bar is still closed, which is probably a good thing.
Yes.
So mazel tov, and mazel tov to all of you. ברוכים הבאים בשם אדוני, ברוכים הבאים בשם אדוני. עבדו את אדוני בשמחה, ולפניו ברננה. מידר לכל, מברוך על הכל, מגדול על הכל, ויברך חתן וכלה. Most glorious and blessed God, grant your blessings to this bride and to this groom. You are under this beautiful chuppah, which is made predominantly, well, it's a couple different pieces, but it includes your bat mitzvah talis, which is kind of that sense in this spectacular moment where it's the culmination of past, present, and future, all combined in a kind of quantum cloud, it's really quite extraordinary. And as you stand under it, remembering who you were then and who you are now, and for you to have found this great princess and to have taken her to be yours is really something quite remarkable. And so the chuppah is also a symbol of the home that you live in. And you'll probably live in a few as you work your way up. Jamie Grossman has some tips for you on that. But so the idea is that as you stand underneath the chuppah, it is a symbol of your home, wherever it is. The knowledge that if you were to give this a shake, which I wouldn't do, but if you would, it could get unstable. So what do you need? You need people around you to help keep it solid. And it's true that there are times in your life, the people around you, your family and your friends, blessed with these grandparents who are here to give you their knowledge and most of all their undying love. that as you stand under this, it's a realization that sometimes your circle of family and friends will have great advice. And you will listen politely. And you will say, yes, that's a great idea. Really great idea. And sometimes you will listen and you will smile politely and you will say, thank you, but no. We are charting our own lives and our own destiny. That is one of the great adventures of married life. You are pathfinders, you are explorers, and you're on the same ship. Don't ever forget that you're on the same ship. And as you go through the waters, there will be times when things could feel a bit perilous. But the fact that the two of you stand firm together, that makes all the difference in the world. And so I know how blessed everyone feels to be surrounding you, part of this team of loved ones and friends who think so much of you. You know, it's always important to remember, if you'll take this bottle, please, don't start drinking it yet though. If you'll take this bottle, please, come closer. I'm not going to ask you to read anything in Hebrew, don't worry. Come on closer. So, it's important at a wedding to remember that you come from people, right? That you have stories and history, people that have enabled you to be here on this day. And that what your parents see in this moment is two people from two different traditions, two different backgrounds, coming together and creating something brand new, utterly unique. So I'm going to ask the two of you, and the two of you would please open up your bottle of wine. I'm going to hold this right here. And if you would pour together into this cup, into this Kiddush cup, which I think looks to me like a Beth Avodah bat mitzvah cup.
Right.
Fabulous. I'm going to ask you to hold that, and I will take this back from you. The first cup of wine that you drink is when you realized that this moment was just inevitable. It had to happen. One of my favorite stories about the two of you is your first meeting after COVID conversations, right, on the phone. The moment where you were meeting for the first time. Eric was there because Eric's kind of a laid back dude. You know, he's not exactly going to be, hey, here I am. He was very calm, a cool guy. You got out of the car and you ran directly to him. You didn't say, hi. You said, hey, and you gave him a huge hug. And Eric was like, whoa. And Allie was like, yeah. How amazing that from that moment, here we are now. It's a sign of all of the beauty and uniqueness of your lives in this moment. So that's what the first cup is all about, blessing that moment. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. We praise Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitsham b'mitzvotav v'yitir lanu, nisuim v'nisuot lanu, al yedei chuppah v'kiddushin. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh shema Yisrael, al yedei chuppah v'kiddushin. We praise you, God, ruler of the universe, who hallows and consecrates this marriage. We praise you, God, who sanctifies our people through kiddushin, the sacred rite of marriage at the chuppah. If you'll give your bride a drink, please. And for yourself. You know, rings are important symbols. Not only are they a sign of consecration of one to the other. But it's a reminder as you're sitting doing something else, and occasionally just kind of look and go, oh yeah, there's someone in the world who loves me, who's committed to me. Even if I come home sometimes, I'm in a lousy mood. It could happen. Or something happened that is so great, you can't wait to share it. And it just makes such sense. The first person you want to share it with is the person who gave you that ring that you wear on your finger. And so, may I have the rings, please? Well done. Thank you, sir. Good with deliveries. All right, I'm going to give you this ring. If you'll please place it on Allie's right index finger, reciting these words after me, looking at her. Hare,
Hare,
at,
At,
mikudeshet,
Mikudeshet,
li,
Li,
bitabaat,
Bitabaat,
su,
Su,
kedat,
Kadat,
Moshe,
Moshe,
v'Yisrael.
Israel.
Behold,
Behold,
you are wedded to me
you are wedded to me
with this ring,
with this ring,
according to the customs
according to the customs
of Moses and Israel.
of Moses and Israel.
And now, you can look over a finger, and I'm going to give this to you. Would you please place that ring on your groom's right index finger, reciting these words after me, looking at him. Hare,
Hare,
ata,
Ata,
mikudash,
Mikudash,
li,
Li,
bitabaat,
Betabaat,
zu,
Zu,
kedat,
Kedat,
Moshe,
Moshe,
v'Yisrael.
Israel.
Behold,
Behold,
you are wedded to me
you are wedded to me
with this ring,
with this ring,
according to the customs
according to the customs
of Moses and Israel.
of Moses and Israel.
Well done. Now, earlier today, we got together, and I just want to make sure this is the one, right?
Yes.
Good. I'm going to show it to them for a minute. So this is the Ketubah that our bride and groom signed together. It's beautiful. And if you look really closely on the easel, you'll see carved in to the tree. It says E and A, which I think is very clever. And again, because you are witnesses by your presence, I will read you this promise they made. We pledge to be equal partners, loving friends, and supportive companions all through our lives. May our love provide us with the freedom to be ourselves and the courage to follow our mutual and individual paths. As we share life's experiences, we vow to create an intimacy that will enable us to express our innermost thoughts and feelings, to be sensitive to each other's needs, to share life's joys, to comfort each other through life's sorrows, to challenge each other to achieve intellectual and physical fulfillment, as well as spiritual and emotional tranquility. We pledge to nurture, trust, and respect each other through our married life together. We shall be open and honest, understanding and accepting, loving and forgiving, and loyal to one another. We shall respect each other's uniqueness and help one another grow to our fullest potential. We will build a home together and fill it with laughter, empathy, faith, imagination, trust, friendship, companionship, and love. A home filled with learning and compassion. A home where we will honor each other's cherished family traditions and values. Let us join hands to help build a world filled with peace and love. We joyfully enter into this covenant and solemnly accept the obligations herein. And it was duly witnessed and signed. When you called me and said, guess what? I was like, I don't know. What? You said, I'm getting married. And I was so thrilled. I have watched you grow up. I have watched you become the engaging, beautiful soul that you are. You are like a flower that takes a long time to blossom. It took a lot of watering and tending, bring out in the sun, too much sun, bring it back. Make a little fertilizer in there, keep it. But you know what? All of that work to make the flower blossom, here we are. And it's such a spectacular honor to see you in this moment. So happy, so fulfilled, so ready for a new chapter in your life. It has been more than a joy. It's been a blessing. And to know you and your family, to have stood under the chuppah with your sister and her husband over there, just what a fulfillment of a Kaufman family trajectory. I am so looking forward to seeing what you will build together. Eric, I wondered, who was this guy? What would it be like? Would he have the skill to be present in a particular way for this particular blossom? And the first time we met, I think it was not in person, I think it was Zoom. But no matter what I do remember is that you were immediately the definition of the Yiddish word mensch. A mensch in Yiddish, in the German language, it just means man, person. But in Yiddish, mensch means a person who does their best to be the best human being that they can be. And I felt that from you right away. No pretense, no need to show off. In fact, a desire not to show off, a desire not to make too much noise or create, too much attention. But such a heart, such a sense of love, such a sense of balance and responsibility. I think when you'd come to my office and you guys would sit on the couch, and I've met many couples over the years sitting on that couch, and sometimes there were ones at this end and ones at this end, and they slowly make their way, and then there's the two of you like glommed right together, And I thought, okay, this is good, this is good, this is very good. And I think it was amazing to me how comfortable the two of you were together. And I have to say, it might be easy to say, oh, they're just naive, they're young. But here's the thing. It's true that you might have a little naivete as part of your personal character, and that's fantastic. It's certainly better than being cold, cynical, and disappointed in life. You have a real sense of the promises and the possibilities to be found in life. So I want to say to you, Eric, I am so happy you exist. I am so happy that you now stand under this chuppah with this woman. Take good care of her. Be present for her. And I don't even need to say that to you, man, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's in the contract. What I want to say is take good care of her. Look out for her. Anticipate what she wants. And be there with open-hearted and understanding, to lead with empathy, to lead with truth, to be open and communicate what you're thinking and what you're needing. Allie, take good care of this man. Look out for him. Be kind to him. Be thoughtful and caring. And together, the way that you look out for each other will continue to help you grow as individuals and as a couple. And if you ever think about having children, I can imagine that they will be so lucky to have two such fun, loving parents. Both of you learned so much from your parents growing up about the things that matter most. And the fact that you'll be able to share that will make it all the better for you, for them, for all of us. You are a blessing. Amen. Now, the first cup of wine that you shared together, pardon my back, I got a little bit of bartending here. The first cup that you drank signified when you realized this was the moment you had been hoping for all your lives. Even when you didn't know you were hoping for it, you've been hoping for it. And so this first cup of wine, the second cup of wine you drink now, celebrates this moment, the first l'chaim that you drink together as husband and wife. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Give a sip to your husband. For yourself. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shakol bara lichvodo. We praise you, Adonai our God, the ruler of the universe, creator of all things, for your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer ha'adam. We praise you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, creator of man and woman. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sheyitzar et adam b'tzalmo b'tzelem demut tavnito v'kin lo mimenu binyan ad eyad. Baruch atah Adonai yotzer ha'adam. We praise you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who creates us to share with you in life's everlasting renewal. Sos tasiv sedegel tzion b'kibbutz banei letocha b'simcha. Baruch atah Adonai, mesamech Tzion bevaneha. We praise you, Adonai our God, who causes Zion to rejoice in her children's happy return. Samer tisamach re'im ahovim, k'smecha yitzircha b'gan eden mikedem. Baruch atah Adonai, mesamech chatan v'chala. We praise you, Adonai our God, who causes bride and groom to rejoice. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bara sason v'simcha, chatan v'chala, gila rineditza v'chedva, ahava v'achava, shalom v'reut, meira Adonai Eloheinu, od yeshama be'arei Yehuda, uvechutzot Yerushalayim. Kol sason ve'kol simcha, kol chatan ve'kol kala, kol sason ve'kol simcha, kol chatan ve'kol kala. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Kol mitzalot chatni michupatam. Baruch atah Adonai, mesamech chatan im hakala. We praise you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, creator of joy and gladness, bride and groom, love and kinship, peace and friendship. We praise you, God, who causes the bride and groom to rejoice together. Face each other, please. Excuse my reach. I'm going to squeeze you together, but it's not so bad, right? You don't get squeezed. Okay. So, what a great wedding we've just had here. And I know that the best is yet to come. It is such I feel just so lucky to be with you. To watch you grow up to be the woman that you are now. Amazing, Eric, to watch you become the man that you are. I look forward to seeing you guys around and watching you grow together as husband and wife, and God willing, the family that you will build together. You're very special, and I love both of you.
Thank you.
You're going to put this on your shoulders and face me now. Okay, actually, yeah, you can face each other. Okay. Put your foreheads together. Yivrechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, may God's countenance shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you on this your wedding day. May God give you long life, peace, vitality, laughter, hope, and love. Amen. All right, Eric, there's one more thing we got to do here.
Yes.
You chose the extra large Target. That was a good move.
Yes.
So, we break this glass. You break this. We don't. You break the glass. And when you do, there's all kinds of different customs about what it means. Scaring away evil spirits. Even in good times, we have to remember evil times and the destruction of the temples and all that stuff. But you know what? I don't really buy that. Here's my revisionist interpretation. When you break this glass, it is a symbol that everything that has led up to this point is now complete. It's done. And what you will do from here on is something brand new, beautiful, that's never existed before. And so with that, right there. Mazel tov! We'll turn towards them. You can grab your flowers on the way out.
I have a husband!
Applause for Michelle and Roger Kaufman. Whew. Thank you all for coming. Before we toast Allie and Emily, I just need to take... I think I need another drink. Before we toast Allie and Eric... Sorry, Eric, my new son-in-law. I just need to take this opportunity to thank Michelle. You did it.
We did it.
We did it. But you did it. Planning 2 weddings in 7 months is not easy. It's no small feat. And it's not for the faint of heart, especially when you work full-time. You have a very busy life. You prepared, you planned, you organized, and you executed with all of your passion and all of your love to create 2 beautiful weddings. For our children, Allie and Emily. Thank you for all that you do for all of us every day. Now to Allie and Eric. This one's for Allie. No more counting down the months, the weeks, the days, the hours, or the minutes. The moment is here, and today we celebrate the beginning of a beautiful new chapter in both of your lives. From the start, you've been a team, side by side, hand in hand, facing every challenge and adventure together. Whether you're navigating life's big decisions or just deciding what movie to watch, you do it with love and unity. Allie, you really are the yin to Eric's yingst. That was pretty good. We're so incredibly happy to welcome Debbie, Craig, and Noah into our family. Dick, we feel lucky to have you join us during this celebration, and we wish Ray could be here with us too. I want to call out, I think it's very unique and special that Allie has both of our parents here, Marcia and Arby, and Shelley and Margie with us tonight. And Michelle and I want to thank you all for embracing Allie and Eric with so much warmth and love. In the Jewish tradition, we have a word, beshert, which means destiny or soulmate. From the moment you met, it was clear you two were meant to find each other. And Allie, great job swiping. Thank you. Your love is full of small, quiet moments that say everything. Eric, it's not lost on us that on snowy mornings you'll follow Allie to work just to make sure she gets there safely. Your response when we thank you is, of course, I'll always do that for her. And as parents, there's nothing more comforting than knowing your child is loved and cared for like that. When you asked us for our blessing to marry Allie, Michelle cried, and we both agreed that you're more than we could have ever hoped for. Allie, you've always been a caregiver at heart. The same compassion and attentiveness you bring to your work at Wingate flows into your relationship with Eric. Whether it's making dinner during one of Eric's migraines or creating a peaceful space to rest, your love shines through in every gesture. Together, the two of you balance each other beautifully. Movie marathons and Walmart runs, spontaneous trips and shared quirks. Your relationship is full of joy and laughter. Allie, you've introduced Eric to Lady Gaga, dogs, music, and the power of a good nap. Eric, you've shared your passion for history, travel, and let's just call it culinary bravery with Allie. Though we're not sure, Allie, that you will ever convince Eric to love folding laundry quite as much as you do. Eric, we're incredibly fortunate to have you in our family. You're strong, steady, gentle, and kind. You support and love Allie with patience and devotion. We know you'll continue to build a life filled with mutual respect, deep love, and plenty of laughs. Michelle and I wish you both a lifetime of health, happiness, and heart. May you always find reasons to laugh, always make the time to listen, and always remember how lucky you are to have found each other. So please raise your glasses with us as we toast the newlyweds. And for those of you who joined us just 7 months ago for Emily and Ben's wedding, this officially concludes our Kaufman family wedding tour. To Allie and Eric, mazel tov.
Guys, round of applause once again. Parents of the bride, Michelle and Roger. Next, we'd like to invite up Sheldon Grosser and R.B. Kaufman for the blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
As we turn the microphone over, we'd like to invite up Maid of Honor Emily Sorrell.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who I have the pleasure of knowing, it's good to see you all here tonight as we conclude Roger and Michelle's farewell tour on the wedding circuit. For those of you I haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet, my name is Emily and I'm Allie's younger sister. Several Several years ago, before Eric was in the picture, I went to a work event of Allie's to listen to a writer share his story. Every corner I turned, there was another coworker, resident, or family member telling me how wonderful Allie was with their mom, how gentle Allie was with their dad, or how much compassion she had for their sibling. I was almost overwhelmed with the amount of attention I was getting simply because I was Allie's sister. I had never thought of Allie in the work environment, only as the sister who blasted Lady Gaga on repeat every morning in high school while getting ready. I didn't necessarily understand the intricacies of Allie's job, but what I did understand that night was far more important. I got to see firsthand how integral Allie is to her community and how loved she makes people feel at a time when they may be vulnerable, lonely, or sad. Allie, you light up every room you walk into with your bright smile and make everyone feel at ease. In that moment several years ago and many moments since, I am proud to be your sister. In a world where we are often too busy with our own agendas, head down focused on ourselves, you put all of your energy into others. Very few people are as selfless and loving as you are. I admire you greatly because of the path you have forged for yourself, despite it not always being easy. While our relationship has grown and evolved significantly over the years, I can confidently say this is my favorite chapter of ours so far. But speaking of your big heart, no one has claimed yours faster than Eric, in the middle of a pandemic nonetheless. Eric, before I say nice things about you, consider this a formal and public apology for ruthlessly grilling you the first time I met you, only several dates into your relationship with Allie. I apologize. You passed the test the first day we met, and you continue to do so every day by loving my sister so steadfastly. You are patient, loyal, and kind. Every time we see you, there's another layer to you that I get to know and love. From your expansive movie collections to your unique taste in cuisine, both exotic and chain restaurant, you continue to surprise me in the best way possible. Not to mention, Moose loves you more than he loves most. I want to share a quick story of a quiet moment that embodies Allie and Eric's relationship. Every year at Hanukkah, my parents get us each a pile of scratch tickets, and every year, Ben and I tear through ours without hesitation, hoping to win big. Several years ago, Ben and I were halfway through our respective stacks, spoiler alert, we did not hit it big, when the competitor in me looked up to see how Allie and Eric were doing. Rather than tearing through his own pile, Eric was scratching through all of Allie's cards with her to make sure she hadn't missed a box or a square. Well, he could have been checking to make sure they hadn't blown their shot at $1 million. I am fairly certain that Eric was just helping Allie, going through the activity together, side by side, just because he wanted to. In that quiet moment, I gained a level of respect for Eric and the kind of person that he is. Speaking of wonderful people, I'd just like to quickly thank our parents for putting so much energy and time into making this last year so special for Allie and me, as well as Eric and Ben. It takes incredibly devoted and insanely organized parents to plan back-to-back weddings. Allie and I may have different style and taste, but we both have the utmost love and respect for you. Thank you for serving as the perfect role models for what almost 35 years of marriage should look like. In closing, Allie and Eric, as you two embark on this next chapter together, my wish for you is that you never stop going through life together, side by side, just because you want to. And that maybe you scratch $1 million somewhere along the way, but regardless, you've already won the jackpot with each other. If we could all raise a glass and toast to Mr. and Mrs. Yingst. Woo-hoo! Cheers. I love you both.
All right, guys, keep that applause going. Maid of Honor, Emily Sorrell. Next, we'd like to invite up best man, groom's brother. Round of applause for Noah Yangst.
Hi, Noah. Thank you. Hey, everyone. I just want to start off by introducing myself for those that don't know me. I'm Noah, Eric's younger, annoying brother, and his best man tonight. I just want to start off with a congratulations to the newlyweds. What a beautiful ceremony, and I'm so honored to be up here speaking to you all tonight. Usually best man speeches start out with a funny story about how they met each other, but in this case, Eric was pretty much stuck with me the day I was born. And I could not have asked for a better older brother and friend to help guide me in life. To prepare for this speech, I spent time reflecting on my childhood with Eric and all the time we spent together. And I realized one important thing. Younger siblings do actually get away with everything. In all seriousness, the most important thing that I realized was that growing up with Eric will always be some of the best memories of my life. Whether it was him setting up G.I. Joes with me and spending an entire day together, introducing me to a new movie that hopefully I was old enough to see, teaching me about some random obscure historical fact that I wouldn't remember, knocking my teeth out with a Frisbee, or even shooting me with a rubber band gun. I cherish every moment that we've spent together over the years. We have a sizable age difference. He's 9 years older, and he easily could have ignored me or been too busy for me, but he always spent time with me and annoyed me as much as I annoyed him. It was tough when he moved away for college, and I was selfishly glad when he decided to move home. I really felt that our relationship as older and younger brother was able to grow even greater and in a more mature way. Instead of just following him around all the time, I was able to have real-life conversations with him. I always loved coming home from school or work, sitting down on his floor, and just talking for hours on end. We would talk about anything from space, movies, history, relationship advice, which hasn't helped me yet. Funny things, sad things, any subject matter was on the table. And those that know Eric know that he's a smart guy, and I learned a lot from him over the years. Eric, to me, has been the model older brother and friend. He's truly devoted to his family and loved ones, and has been someone I go to for advice and wisdom. You could not ask for a better person to have in life, and I'm so glad that he found his person that he's truly happy with, in Allie. I could not ask for a better sister-in-law than Allie, especially because she helps keep Eric in line. Seriously, though, these two are made for each other and demonstrate what true love embodies. They listen and trust each other. They deeply care for one another, and they always bring each other happiness. It's what we all seek to find in another person, and I'm so happy that they found each other and were able to celebrate them today. With that being said, I'd please ask everyone to raise their glass for a toast to Mr. and Mrs. Yingst. Eric and Allie, I love you, and you're both amazing people in my life. I wish you both a long life filled with love and eternal happiness. Cheers.